welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing something a little bit different. We are in a different setting. We are in Amy's bedroom and we're having a nice sit down chat. Something a bit different, something a bit more serious, I guess. Like we usually, like as you've seen Amy in my vlogs, are pretty up and about. Bit fun, bit, you know, crazy gals. So today we're stepping it down. We're going to talk about something quite serious and quite close to both of our hearts, especially Amy. We're going to talk about eating disorders, how to cope, how to deal, what steps to take, because beautiful Amy here has been going through one in the past few years. She's on the road to recovery now, so it's all good, but she wanted to offer her advice and tips. Yeah. So that's basically what this video is. I think I'm going to split it into two parts. So this is part one. Enjoy! Enjoy, guys! Let's get started. Woo! Yeah, so tell us your story, Aim. Yeah, so what brought you to realizing that you needed to seek help and the sort of steps that you took?
Okay, so basically I got to a point where I did absolutely no exercise and I just ate quite a bit. And so I originally thought that, you know, I'm going to join a gym and then I'm going to start eating healthy and that kind of thing. And then sort of after I realized that it became a bit obsessive, I started going to, you know, multiple gym classes, and I started, you know, I started writing down what I was eating and restricting certain food groups like carbohydrates and like lollies and that kind of thing. And then after sort of a while, it sort of dawned on me and my family and my friends that it was getting a little bit obsessive and the gymming was becoming excessive, and I was cutting out food groups, and I was literally writing down in my phone notes on the iPhone note app, you know, what I was eating, when I was eating, and I'd make sure that there was like enough gaps between what I was eating. And you know, I think I'm going to be quite honest on this video because I think this video could help a lot of people. I was also quite addicted to laxatives as well, so whatever I was eating was effectively coming out of me. And that's sort of a form of bulimia as well as anorexia. And then I sort of lost about 20 kilos in the space of a year. Which is quite scary, but that's the truth of it.
And it came on so quickly.
So quickly. Yeah. So quickly. Like I went from about 63 kilos down to 42, which is crazy and scary and ridiculous. But that's the eating disorder. I mean, no one wants an eating disorder. No one asks for it, but it just sort of happened that way. Yeah.
Okay, so how important has your psychologist been for your journey specifically? Like,
yeah. So I've actually had a few psychologists. I think psychologists are very touch and go. You know, they are sort of a professional friend, so you need to have a good relationship with them like you'd have with a friend. This person is someone that you trust, someone that you speak to a lot, someone who you tell all your, you know, all your worries and your fears to. And I feel like I've been through a few psychologists because I just needed to find that right one. And actually a psychologist that used to work at the Melbourne clinic, that's the clinic I went to when I was diagnosed with anorexia, the psychologist there, the main psychologist, was amazing and we all really loved her. So actually about a month and a half ago, I called up her practice and asked if I could see her, and her books are closed unfortunately, but she referred me to a lady who works on Wattle Tree Road in Armadale, and she is absolutely amazing and I love her and I've really connected with her and I see her weekly. It's really, really important because she sets me like homework tasks and she makes me think about, you know, my worries and my fears and everything. So I think it's really important to get a really good psychologist to help you in your journey of recovery.
And I think as well, like on that with the psychologist, if you're not sort of connecting with your psychologist or you feel that you can't talk to him or her, I think it's important to just keep searching, because you won't feel like you're getting anywhere with recovery of any sort if you're not having that connection. Like when you say, like, if you're not really getting along with them, it's quite difficult.
Oh yeah, and you know that the psychologist is someone that you trust, and if you don't feel like they aren't giving you what you need, then you have to move on and find someone different. I mean, it's very important.
Yeah. Did you find it hard to get into the Melbourne clinic, and what were the steps that you took to seek the clinical help?
So I originally was referred to my psychiatrist, who is he's probably the main psychiatrist at the Melbourne clinic. And I went and saw him, and we went on a tour of the Melbourne clinic. So the Melbourne clinic is a psychiatric hospital, but there's an eating disorder ward in the clinic, and it's like 21 beds, and there's like a common room, and it's like, kind of reminds me a bit of like a college dormitory, but it's really not. It's incredibly homely, and it's comfortable, and there's board games and books, and there's a TV with lots of DVDs and chick flicks, and there's like a little nurse's station, and there's like a little dining room where we eat most of our meals. So you know what, it was very comfortable. And when I went on the initial tour of the place, it really scared me, and I think I cried a lot, and but I realized that when I went back from that tour thinking, I'm going to do so much better, I'm not going to end up here, I'm going to try really hard. And that obviously didn't happen, and I lost more weight, and I ended up back there. My parents got in contact with my psychiatrist, and he got me a bed as soon as he could. So that's basically how it happened.
Okay, cool. Would you recommend like a private clinic for people who were struggling, in terms of like what sort of, how did you, I know that you were obviously scared going into it, but how would you, I guess, describe how to get through those initial stages of being so afraid of an unknown place? Like, how did you, was it the girls there who supported you? Was it mainly the nurses? Like, what sort of?
So it was a mixture, and sort of what I felt, as much as obviously I love my best friend here, yay. The girls at the clinic have eating disorders, so they, we had lots of really good conversations, and we helped each other through. But I do feel like the nurses at the Melbourne clinic are unbelievable. They help you, they're there to talk to you, they're there to workshop ideas with you. The psychologists are amazing there. The dietitians are wonderful. So it's an amazing support system at the Melbourne clinic. And the girls are also amazing. Like, I loved talking to them, and I've actually made some really good friends that I sometimes see. We call it the outside. So yeah.
Oh, cute. Okay, so how has your disorder affected your life in the past 2 years? How would you say?
Oh gosh, where should I start?
Where do I begin?
Well, without stating the obvious, it made me very unwell. So I would faint a lot, and I was hungry all the time, and then it made my mood crap. So I didn't actually start off having depression. The eating disorder came first, and then the depression came as a part of the eating disorder, because an eating disorder and mental illness in general is very, very isolating. And it's, I would spend a lot of time in my bed and hungry and not eating, and because I was, obsessively taking laxatives, I would be on the toilet a lot. And it would ruin social situations, because I would be out and I'd need to go to the toilet, or I'd be driving and I'd need to go to the toilet, or I'd be out and I'd want to go home so I could take laxatives, and it completely overtook my life. And the laxatives sort of became like a friend, because they were like, I could feel in control. A lot of what the eating disorder is a control thing. So I felt like whatever I was eating, when I took the laxatives, I felt like I was in control, and it was like an achievement thing. So when I took them, I felt like I had obeyed my eating disorder in a way. And when I talk of my eating disorder, in my mind, it's like a person. It's like a really, really mean, all-consuming, horrible person who acts like your friend, and who is fake to you, because they're not your friend. They want to ruin your life, but it tries and convinces you that it wants to be your friend and it wants to help you, whereas it ruins your life. And you know, I had to defer uni. I lost a lot of friends. I drifted from friends. I gained new friends. Like it completely changed my life. I've become a stronger person. I know what I want. I stand up for myself. And as much as it did ruin my life, it also has made me a stronger person.
Yeah, definitely. Yay! Well, thank you so much to my best and beautiful friend Amy, who has been so gracious in wanting to share her story and open up like this. I really hope that you guys got a lot out of this video. I mean, you should be so grateful that you have someone here to give you such great advice and be open and honest. And I really hope there isn't any like bad comments or anything, because I will delete them, because it's not about having a go at what we're talking about or anything. I don't want any of that hate on my channel at all. Not that I will get it, hopefully, but I just wanted to share this and chat to my best friend about this, because I feel like it's such a strong issue and she has such a great story to tell. And she's such an inspiration, because you know that there are still people that she knows in a clinic and like people still struggling. And it's one of those things, like a lot of, like there aren't that many clinics, especially for eating disorders. So it's something really important to me, because I've seen my best friend go through it, and mental health in general. So yeah, like that concludes this video. It's a bit different, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, please like and subscribe, and make sure you comment below if you're dealing with anything, and if you are dealing with something, I'll leave links to places in Australia. I'm not sure about overseas, but I'll link like Beyond Blue and different phone lines that you can call.
The Butterfly Foundation.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like I'll link it all down in the description bar if you want to contact someone anonymously. But yeah, as we said, seek help, and if you're struggling, if you need to talk to anyone, you can talk to us. Like we'll reply. But yeah. Yay! Make sure you guys get help, and
please get help.
Hug your best friends today. Yeah, I'm hugging mine.
And tell your family and your friends that you love them and they're there for you and they'll support you.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Bye. Bye.